the parallels between this current economic disaster and the COVID disaster, Brett, as you mentioned, are uncanny because this is the Donald Trump decision-making tree. He turns a mistake into a catastrophe. He turns a catastrophe into a cataclysm. He turns a cataclysm into a complete and utter bankruptcy. That is the Donald Trump decision-making. He makes matters worse. He covers it up. Brett, as you said, there's this reality deficit, meaning he lies about everything. Think about COVID. Like a miracle, it's all going to go away. Well, that's what Donald Trump said. There's 5 cases that are happening. Don't worry. It's never going to hit our shores. Maybe you should inject bleach, right? And he would take you down the worst path ever. And ultimately, who is the scapegoat? Who is the scapegoat for COVID? Dr. Fauci, right? So who does Donald Trump want to make the scapegoat now? Jerome Powell, right? The chairman of the Federal Reserve. He's Fauciing Jerome Powell. And what they're all trying to do now in MAGA is blame the economic cataclysm that's here right now, but will be really picking up soon. It's kind of like the way a tsunami, the shore starts pulling back before the tsunami actually hits. They want to blame it all on Jerome Powell for talking about the data, right? So Jerome Powell was in Chicago at an economic forum. He was simply speaking about the data. That's his job as the chairman of the Federal Reserve. Should be noted, you know who appointed him in 2017? Donald Trump appointed him. John, I've never been a fan of him. I've never been a big fan of him. Well, you were the guy who appointed him first in 2017. Jerome Powell's term ends in 2026 right now, so about 18 more months to go. And clearly Trump wants to get rid of this guy or wants to blame everything on Jerome Powell. So that's what we're seeing now. All of MAGA saying, oh, the markets are crashing because Powell is talking about it. The same way they blamed Fauci for discussing what was happening or what was it's
Can I just say, such a brilliant comparison.
I wanted to interrupt him and say that too. I agree.
I never even made that comparison. I never put the 2 and 2 together, but it truly is the exact same formula. It's just absolutely brilliant. That's all I wanted to say.
1,000%.
I appreciate the glaze live in front of tens of thousands of people. Jordy, you want to say more great things?
Yeah, let me continue to gas you up, big bro. That was brilliant. Because you know what else? It's their continuation on the attack of experts, right? We talked about this before. The MAGA cult, they've decided to make the term expert, a dirty word in their eyes. But when experts are presenting them data that conflicts with their own internal feelings, no, Trump's president. This can't be happening under Trump. The expert must be wrong. You know, they lose their shit. They go crazy. Powell is this version, this term's Fauci. Brilliant point, Ben.
And it all plays into that reality deficit that I was speaking of, because Trump in all these positions just wants a sycophant who's going to lie to the American people and prop up his fragile ego every single day. He wants loyalty, not competence, like every single time. And that was one of the things that he learned from his first term, which is a horrific thing that's what he learned from his first term. But he learned, I need all of these loyalists. I need all of these sycophants. I mean, it's the same thing he did with Chris Wray, who he nominated to be the FBI director. Trump personally picked him. The moment that Chris Wray decided to say the election was not stolen, Donald Trump turned on him as well. And this is how you get chaos. This is how you get corruption. This is how it all begins. And this is the epitome of Donald Trump right here.
Right. Jerome Powell's just talking about the data, right? He's saying here is what we see. Here's how we can avoid it. And then the MAGA uses that to say, oh, you're causing the problem. It's what Donald Trump said. If you don't test, you can pretend that the thing is never there in the first place. And in the reality deficit, the Trump regime, the authoritarian, swoops in. And what do they post? America is back. Things are great. Look at all the money we're bringing in. Like, those are Trump's posts that he does in the morning. That's why I cover this stuff, because I have the pathology diagnosis of him. There it is right there. For audio listeners, we're showing you the post that Donald Trump makes. America is back. And what Donald Trump says is, I've got this commitment. I've got this commitment. I've got this. I've got this. The Saudis are going to give me this. Everyone's going to, and it's all lies. And then you go back to the pathology profile of Donald Trump, and he's a criminal. He's a criminal. Okay, he's a felon. What type of felon? A fraud. He committed business record fraud for 34 felony counts. He was found liable for civil fraud. He makes up numbers. That's his whole thing. He makes up numbers, fake valuations of things. He just lies. He says they're bigger than they are. He makes up numbers. That's what he was found liable for. And he's an abuser, and his personality is abusing. So when and it's a power thing for him, right? When he said why he's doing these tariffs, he told you why. He said it was because he likes people kissing his ass. He goes, all these countries are coming here. They got to kiss my ass. They got to kiss my ass. He's a sexual abuser. He's found liable for sexual abuse. He's a bankrupter. He's bankrupted company after company after company. Why? Because of all those other factors that I said. When the thing goes bad, he goes into how could I use the bad to help me and screw over all the other people. We're seeing it now on the economy. We're also seeing it in the law. Like, you didn't view Michael Cohen as the red flag to be a lawyer for Donald Trump? Like, Michael Cohen was saying, hey, I'm in Otisville. I became a felon because I did this. And then other lawyers line up, and even big law firms, at your service, Donald. What can we do to help? Like, are you a bunch of idiots? And the thing is, once you accept, like, think about the mafia too, right? Or people who extort people, right? Once you accept and you become someone who gets extorted and you don't stand up to it, do you think the extorter stops there? Or do they go, let me come back and take a little more. Let me go back and take a little more. So even like with these big law firms and some of the universities, right? Even if they are so selfish that they want to do things purely to protect themselves, screw everybody else, view it through a purely selfish decision-making tree lens, you have to reject him even if you're being selfish, because the moment you embrace his first deal, which is extortion, he comes back at you again. The big law firms are seeing it now. We thought we were doing pro bono work to help the world. Really? That's what you think you were going to do? You think you were going to go what? And help Jeff Bezos' Blue Origin send 7 more millionaires to outer space so they could brag about how you thought you were going to be doing that work? Or do you think because Trump's DOJ is now filled with freaking idiots that he's going to use your law firms to try to help him with his tariffs? And to try to help them, go after the migrants. Yeah, good luck trying to recruit more people for your law firm as he continues to go after you over and over again.
Can't get enough Meidas? Check out the Meidas Plus Substack for ad-free articles, reports, podcasts, daily recaps from Ron Filipkowski, and more. Sign up for free now at MeidasPlus.com.